Hello students, after completion of the ray optics with the topics of refraction, dispersion and optical instruments, now we are going to cover wave optics and it starts with the Huygens principle. So the first person who suggested that light travels in form of a wave, that was Huygens, and after that it was confirmed by some more scientists, Fresnel, Youngs and Maxwell. So we have to here understand the wave formation of the light. So Huygens principle or Huygens suggested that light travels in form of a wave. So here we have to understand a related topic, that is wave front. Okay, the topic is wave front that we have to understand. So the idea is very simple. Let us understand it with the help of a diagram. First of all, how the light travels and how it will reach at some other point at some time. So that was discussed under this heading. So it is this way. Suppose we take a bulb. Okay, suppose we have taken a bulb and this bulb is glowing. So we know that what happens to the light intensity as we move away from the bulb. So we know that the glow of the bulb, the glow of the light is this way, evenly in all the directions. So the light is distributed evenly in all the directions. It spreads. And when we are closer to the bulb, then here the intensity of the light is more. That means we get the bright light. And as we go away from the bulb, okay, as we go away from the light source, then the intensity decreases. As we go further away from the bulb, then intensity further decreases. So this way the brightness of the light keeps on decreasing as we go away from the bulb. So this is the idea about the wave front. So let us draw now a wave front. Okay, so we have understood here that how the light propagates in all possible directions. So wave front, the locus of all the particles of the medium which at any point are vibrating in phase, that means in same phase. Okay, so let us draw a wave front. How we need to draw here? So till now in the ray optics we were dealing the light in form of a ray, and now the first step will be to draw wave front and second step will be to draw ray, So let us start drawing a wave front. Suppose we are taking a point source of light. It can be a small LED. Now what is wave front for it? How to draw wave front for it? So let us see the definition. Locus of all the particles of the medium which are vibrating in phase. Okay, so we know that from this light source, that means from the point source, the light is traveling in all possible directions. Now if we take at equal distance some point, okay, if we take at equal distance some point, suppose this is the r distance. Now in this direction also, if we take a point at r distance, in this direction also at r distance one point, in this direction, in this direction, in this direction. So this way you see now all these points are at equal distance from the light source, point source. Okay, all the points are at equal distance from the light source. So in this homogeneous medium, all that points which are at equal distance from the light source, they are actually in phase. They are in the same phase. So if we join all these points, that means the path of all these points, it will be a sphere formed. Sphere is called the wave front for the point source. ओके, सो ये जो हमने बनाया है ये सेंटर में है लाइट सोर्स जो कि पॉइंट शेप्ड का है. सो इसको हम बोलते हैं लाइट सोर्स एंड हाउ इट इज पॉइंट साइज्ड. सो पॉइंट सोर्स ऑल्सो वी कैन कॉल इट. एंड व्हाट इज दिस स्फीयर कॉल्ड? दिस स्फीयर इज कॉल्ड द wave front. Okay, so this way the wave front is drawn. So wave front means locus of all that points which are, locus means path of all that points which are vibrating in the same phase, and all that points which are at equal distance from the light source, they are actually in phase. Okay, so finally the diagram will be the sphere. We have to see in three-dimensional picture, so it will be a sphere. Now what is the meaning of a ray? Okay, so in this wave optics, in this Huygens principle chapter, we will be first taking a light source, then we will draw its wavefront. So second step, wavefront. Third step is a ray. So ray means a line drawn perpendicular to the wavefront in the direction of light. Okay, so if I draw the perpendiculars on the wavefront, here also I'll draw perpendicular, here also I'll draw perpendicular. So these are called what? Rays. Okay, so these are the steps. First step is a light source you have to take. Second step is a wavefront. Third step is a ray. Now here I will discuss with you three types of wavefronts. Okay, so just now as you have seen that for the point source, the wavefront is spherical. Okay, so this is the first type of wavefront, spherical wavefront. Okay, spherical wavefront. Now second type of wavefront can be what? So second type of wavefront. Suppose I take a linear source of light. Okay, suppose I take a linear source of light. Draw the wavefront for this linear source of light. Linear source of light means whose length is much bigger than its other dimensions. Like a tube light, you can assume. Tube light is a linear source of light. Okay, now how to draw its wavefront? So you see, if this is the linear source of light. Now if we draw the wavefront, wavefront means what? We have to take the points at the equal distance from this point also, this point also, this point also, like that. So we can divide the linear source as number of point sources. ये हमारा पहला point source हुआ, इसके लिए wavefront बना spherical. फिर एक और point source लिया थोड़ा नीचे, इसके लिए wavefront हुआ spherical. Third point source लिया, इसके लिए spherical wavefront. So fourth point लिया, that means we have cut this linear source into number of point sources. इन सब के लिए हमने wavefront ड्रॉ किया, तो इस तरह से सर्कल्स बन गए. अब फाइनली जो शेप कंप्लीट हुई, व्हाट इज दैट शेप? सिलेंड्रिकल. ओके, सो दिस वे a linear source of light generates a cylindrical wavefront. So by linear source of light, which type of wavefront will be generated? Cylindrical wavefront will be generated. So this red line is source of light and this blue is cylindrical wavefront. Now this wavefront and this wavefront, they are three-dimensional wavefronts. Okay, three-dimensional. Spherical wavefront is also three-dimensional and cylindrical wavefront is also three-dimensional wavefront. Now if we take a part of three-dimensional wavefront, then we will get a plane wavefront. So third type of wavefront, which is just the part of any of two, is plane wavefront. Third type of wavefront is plane wavefront. It is just the part of spherical or cylindrical wavefront. So how many types of wavefronts are there? Three types of wavefronts are there. Spherical wavefront is generated by a point source of light. Cylindrical wavefront is generated by a linear source of light. And plane wavefront is generated by spherical and cylindrical wavefronts, but a part of it. Okay, so now let us proceed to next heading. Note down all this detail. Now let us understand the actual Huygens principle. What are the two statements in the Huygens principle? And Huygens principle we also call by the name Huygens construction. So because actually we are going to do the construction steps here to draw the wavefront. Okay, so what is stated by Huygens principle? First of all, the introduction is that Huygens principle is simply a geometrical construction to find the position of wavefront at a later time. Okay, what it does? It just gives us the idea how do we find the wavefront at a later time. Okay, so what are the steps or assumptions? Here you can write assumptions or steps. Okay, so each point of given primary wavefront acts as a source of secondary wavelets. Okay, and here secondary wavefront term is coming. So I will draw and along with that we'll read these statements. Let us start now. First of all, because it is the geometrical construction, so steps will be there. Okay, suppose we take a point source of light. What is this thing? This is point source of light. Okay. Now, with the help of this point source of light, we will draw first wavefront. Okay. First wavefront we will call primary wavefront. So, you already know that for a point source of light, the wavefront shape is what? Spherical. So, suppose we want to discuss the light effect, how the light travels in this direction. So, we will take a primary wavefront, part of primary wavefront. Okay, this we have taken. What is this blue color line? This is primary wavefront. Now, what we have to do, according to the Huygens line, Huygens statement, each point of given primary wavefront acts as a source of secondary wavelets. Okay, so what we have to do? On this primary wavefront, we have to take certain points. So, we have taken suppose 1 point, 2 point, 3 point and 4th point. Suppose we have taken these 4 points. Okay, now let us name them A, B, C, D. Okay, so A, B, C, D. Now all these points which we have assumed that are actually, now we have to consider them as point source of lights, new point sources of light. Okay, now suppose we have to find out that in delta t time, what will be the position of the secondary wavefront. So because the speed of light is c, okay, and in delta t time, how much distance the light will travel, that is c delta t. Okay, the distance traveled by the light will be c delta t. Distance traveled by the light in delta t time will be c delta t. So if this is the point source of light, new point source of light, from here the light will come. Okay, from here the light will come, and in delta t time, how much distance it will travel? So it will travel in delta t time c delta t distance. So we have to take c delta t distance everywhere. That means considering this as the center of the circle, we have to draw now circles of what radius? Radius c delta t. So considering each point A, B, C, D as new point sources of light, we have to draw circles of radius c delta t. Okay, so here also one circle will be drawn, here also one circle will be drawn, and here also one circle will be drawn. So you must have understood what we are saying here. We are saying that from A, B, C, D point sources, the light is traveling in each direction, and how much distance it will cover in delta t time. So c delta t distance it will cover. So making this as the radius, we have to draw circles. So these circles which we have drawn, that are called what? Secondary wavelets. So this is the new term for you. So these circles are called what? Secondary wavelets. I am writing the name. This is secondary wavelets. Okay. So what was our statement? Each point of given primary wavefront acts as a source of secondary wavelets. So secondary wavelets we have drawn. These are sending out light in the same manner as the original source of light does. Okay. After that, what is the second step? The envelope of secondary wavelets in the forward direction is the required secondary wavefront. So what is the next step? We have to draw the envelope. Envelope means you can assume like a tangent. You have to touch every circle and draw a line. Okay, so by touching the edge of every circle, we have to draw a envelope. This envelope is actually our required secondary wavefront. Okay, so this we have completed. So Huygens construction steps are these steps. So I'll repeat the steps. What are there? First of all, we have to take a point source of light. Then we know that from the point source of light, the wavefront which is generated, that is spherical in shape. So the first wavefront which we will draw, that we will call primary wavefront. So this line is primary wavefront. We have to only take a part, not the whole sphere. We have to take only a part of it. Then each point of primary wavefront acts as a source of secondary wavelets. So we have to take now few points on the primary wavefront, maybe 4 points, 3 points. Now we have to draw the secondary wavefront in time delta t. That means light, how, where it will travel or where it will reach in delta t time. Okay, that is our target. So because the light speed is c and time given is delta t, so c delta t distance it will travel. So assuming c delta t radius and assuming each point as the centers, we will draw circles around them. These circles are known as secondary wavelets. These circles are secondary wavelets, and if we draw the envelope of or tangent of these secondary wavelets, that is called secondary wavefront. Okay, so whenever Huygens principle or Huygens construction steps are asked, you have to write this much. Okay, note down. Students, after understanding the concept of ray, primary wavefront, secondary wavefront in the Huygens chapter, now we have to do a major question of around 3 marks, that is how to prove the law of reflection on the basis of Huygens wave theory. That means the law of reflection angle I equal to angle R we have to prove for the wavefronts now. Okay, for the rays we already use it. Okay, I'll draw a simple diagram. Suppose this was a reflecting surface. So suppose a light ray comes at some angle I with the normal. So it gets reflected at the same angle R. So this angle I equal to angle R. This law of reflection we already use for the rays. Now we have to prove it for the wavefront. So let us start drawing the diagram. So we will draw the diagram for the wavefronts now. Incident wavefront and we will get reflected wavefront at last. And intermediate steps are from incident wavefront we will draw incident rays. Then incident rays will get reflected. So reflected rays, and last step will be reflected wavefront. So let us draw the diagram. So first of all we have a reflecting surface. On this reflecting surface we have to draw a incident wavefront. We have to make incident one plane wavefront. So this is our plane wavefront which is incident on it. It is plane 2D. It's looking like a line because we are seeing the top view of it. It is actually a plane. Okay, this way. Now this thing which we have drawn, that is our incident wavefront. Now with the help of incident wavefront we have to draw incident rays. So rays are perpendicular to wavefront. So we will take 2 rays. We can take number of rays. We are taking here only 2. Suppose the first and last point of wavefronts are A and C. Now at A point we will draw first ray. At C point we will draw the last ray. C is the last point of the wavefront. So these normals which we have drawn, that are incident rays. Okay. Now what will happen? As soon as the ray will fall on the reflecting surface, it will get reflected. So the wavefront is touching the reflecting surface immediately at point A. So from here the ray will start first. Reflecting ray will start first. And the last ray from the wavefront, it will take some time to reach at reflecting surface. So it has come, it has touched the reflecting surface, suppose at point B, and then it is getting reflected this way. So we have got here reflected rays also. So incident rays are also parallel, reflected rays are also parallel to each other. How to draw the reflected wavefront? Till now we have got the reflected rays. So how to draw the reflected wavefront? For that the idea is that A and C are the points on the primary wavefront or incident wavefront. And according to Huygens principle, each point of the primary wavefront is the source of secondary wavelets. Wavelets means circles. So we have to draw circles, and on that circles we have to draw envelope or tangent to draw the reflected wavefront or secondary wavefront. Okay, so how we will do it? So A and C are the corresponding points, are the points of the primary wavefront or incident wavefront. So suppose B and D point, we are taking a D point. Suppose B and D point are the corresponding points of the secondary wavefront, that means reflected wavefront. So how to draw this D point, where to draw this D point? So we will apply this concept. See, the time taken by the light to reach from B to C. Okay, whatever time the light takes to reach from C to B point, the same time should be taken by the light to reach from A to D point. Okay, so time taken this and time taken this should be same if they are secondary wavelets. Okay, so what we have to do, distance BC, if we calculate this distance BC, if we calculate, it is a speed into time. Speed of the light is C, into time is T. Suppose we have taken the time T, so same time is allotted to AD point also. So what should be the AD distance? AD distance is also speed into time. Speed of the light is C, into time taken is here also T, according to this concept. Okay, so A and C are the sources of, A and C are the points on the primary wavefront. So according to Huygens principle, A and C, each point of the primary wavefront should behave as the source of secondary wavelets. So what should be the wavelets? Means circles. So what should be the radius of that circles? So C to B, considering C as the center, we will draw an arc here of BC distance. In the same manner, considering A as the center, we will draw an arc of distance AD. AD and BC are same. Now these are the arcs, that means secondary wavelets drawn. Now the envelope of the secondary wavelets is the secondary wavefront. So we have to join now these 2 points. So this is our reflected wavefront. Okay, so what we have done, I am repeating here. If AC are the points on the primary wavefronts and BD are their corresponding points on the secondary wavefronts, then what is the concept of Huygens principle? The time taken should be same in the corresponding points. So time taken between C and B and time taken between A and D should be same. If times are same, speed of light is same, so distance will also come same. So whatever distances we have got from BC and AD, envelope of or tangent of that arcs is called secondary wavefront. So this way we have drawn the reflected wavefront. So incident means primary and reflected means secondary wavefront. So this way we have completed the diagram. So these are the steps for the diagram. After that, now we have to prove the law. That means we have to talk about your angle I and angle R. So how to draw angle I? So wavefront's angle with the reflecting surface is here called angle I, and wavefronts, reflected wavefronts angle with the reflecting surface is called now R. Okay, so this angle is R and this complete angle is I. Now to prove them equal, we need to take the help of property of cos triangles. Okay, congruent triangles. So we will be taking which triangles? You can see ACB triangle, ACB, and second triangle is ADB. Okay, we have to prove them congruent. So before proving congruent, let us write in triangle this and this, we need 3 properties: SAS, AAA, SSS. Okay, so we need 3 properties. So what are that properties? First of all, this angle is at 90 degree. Wavefront and ray angle. Wavefront and ray angle. This angle is always 90. So angle C and angle D are 90. Second thing, you can search yourself. In both the triangles, AB side is common. So AB equal to AB of both the triangles. And third property is, you must have seen, in ADB triangle, the AD distance, and in ABC triangle, the BC distance, both are equal to CT. We have written here. So we have got 3 properties. Okay, SAS property. So by SAS property, both the triangles are congruent. This is the symbol of congruent triangles. And if the 2 triangles are congruent, that means their corresponding angles are also same. Okay, so that's why the angle I of this triangle ABC and angle R of ADB triangle are same. So this way we have proved, I am writing it here, angle I and angle R are same. So this is the proof that the incident wavefront's angle I and reflected wavefront's angle R both are equal. This was the first law of reflection's proof. Now second law of reflection is also there, that is about lying in the same plane. Okay, so let us read these lines. Incident wavefront, reflected wavefront and reflecting surface. Incident wavefront, reflected wavefront and reflecting surface. Since all the three are perpendicular to the board plane of board, so that means all are lying in the same plane. So this statement also is to be added in the law of reflection. So main is this first law's proof, and second law, it's only the statement. Okay, so this way we have completed the proof of law of reflection.